Okay, I'm gonna get this right in a minute. Okay. Hello, I am here. I was gonna be, I was going to be frivolous with my time, but I decided to be a wise steward of a few little minutes I had before I got started today. So I'm here in my studio, and today I have this, my notebook, and it's girls just want to be CEO. And I was just thinking on that, Shalom, and I was like, um, kind of pondering over some things that I've been thinking about doing, and then um, getting kind of down and depressed about why they aren't coming to fruition as fast as I want them to happen. And there are so many other things that I'm doing, and y'all just reminded me with um, with many advisors or with wise counsel, your plans come to success. And so I have a friend of mine, and I was just texting her back and forth, and she was like, "Hey, we're gonna do A, B, and C." And I was like, "You know what? Okay, I'm gonna let you do it." She says, "What do you think about that?" I said, "I'm gonna let you do it because you're the boss." And true enough, I run my own business, and I thought this was a cool little binder to get girls just want to be CEO, and that speaks to a lot of us. We want to be the chief executive officer of our own lives, but we don't know what we're doing all the time. Got a lot of ideas, a lot of grand ideas, but I don't always know what I'm doing. And so I need help. And that was just such a humbling and enlightening just moment that I had on my way here today. And I just wrote up a lesson really fast, and I really was just speaking to myself. And y'all was like, no, share it. And so, um, girls want to be CEO, we want to be CEO. But then we're always talking about we trust Yah, and I give my life away and I want to serve you. But I want you to tell me what to do, but I want to kind of control how it's done. And so the the whole lesson just came to be CEO. So I said, I want to give my life away, and I give it away for good use. Romans 12, I think this is one, says, I present my body a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable unto Yah, unto Yahshua, or Hamashiach, for him to do what he sees fit to do with my life, not to direct my own way. He knows what's best. Yes, Romans 12:1. Give my life away for good use. And in that, I often wonder, well, okay, I give my life away. And then why are my prayers delayed? And Jeremiah 3:33 says, seek me and you'll find me when you search for me with all your heart. And no, that's not it. Sorry. It says, call to me and I will answer you and show you great and mighty things which thou knowest not. And a lot of times our prayers are delayed because he's already showed us what he has for our life. And we say, okay, I give my life away. You're in control, yeah. And then we come back to the same place of the same crossroad, and we want to take it from here. Okay, he's got us thus far, and we keep trying to figure out. I keep trying to figure out. I don't know. I'm not going to speak for everybody else. I'm sharing me today. I'm going to be transparent and share me. Wonder why I keep coming back to the same place in my walk. Yeah, you've been doing this for umpteen amount of years, but why at one particular point do you keep coming back to the same point of entry or to the same place where you're almost there and then it halts? And he just revealed something to me. My prayers are delayed. I'm delaying answering the prayer because I've already shown you what I want to do with your life. And every season at the same time, you want to take the reins back. Um, Living in Torah is a daily choice. It's a command, but we were given the liberty of free will, right? So we have the free will to pick up and try to do what we think we know what to do with these pieces of life this life that we have. And sometimes it's just pieces, and we don't know how to put the pieces back together when our dreams are shattered, our our prayers are delayed, hope deferred, or just calamity is struck. But in the hands of Yah, He knows how to make beauty out of all of this brokenness. And in your delay, in His delay in answered prayers, I also see His protection. Him delaying answer some of my prayers have been protection for me and as well as other people, because He's not going to bless me because of the heart that I have. I will bring people along that have not been invited on this journey, who won't willingly surrender. And in our hearts, we think, oh, but if we just show them this, and if I just show them that, they will do A, B, and C. Um, we have to come up, we have to come to grips with some really hard confirmations or hard truths that some people's heart, it has nothing to do with you. It's their heart towards Yah. So no matter how much you love them, no matter how much you show them you're fair and you're there for them, they are not going to come along because it's not you. Yes, we are light and salt. And if they reject and hate you and you are walking in truth and walking in Torah, what they are really rejecting is Yah. And you have to leave some people where they are. Um, Yah is blessings, and things are good in season. And I've been really blessed that in certain seasons, He has shown me something. In all seasons, He's good. In the droughts, in the high seasons, in the droughts, I really have experienced Yah. I have, I can say today that in the droughts or in the barren times, He is literally hand feeding you. And we don't want to do this. We don't want to murmur and complain like our forefathers did in the wilderness, where they said, "Oh, He brought me out here to kill us," or we had A, B, and C when we were here, because I have done that as well. I have gone back to to Egypt, to bondage, to the same place where I got sick at, and where I was being burdened, and where people were being hard taskmasters over me and discouraging me and provoking me to act out of character. True enough, it's in your heart. Sometimes people are in your lives to prime and to really buffer away the things that Yah doesn't want, and sometimes we put ourselves in bad situations. But in the droughts, Yah has shown me that He was hand feeding me in the wilderness. Um, Proverbs 15:22. Another thing that has happened is plans have failed because of my lack of counsel or lack of wise counsel. Because with many advisors, they succeed. Not just anybody speaking into your life, but wise counsel. Those who are walking in Torah, who are walking in truth, who are as diligent about obeying Yah as you are. And sometimes they've made mistakes already and they don't mind telling you, hey, I think that's not going to be a good idea. Um, have to be wise in your choosing of those that you that you allow to counsel with, and that you allow those that you allow to speak into your life. I've experienced that too. We're dealing with that in Women's Torah, about prophets and people speaking prophecies over your life, and there is no new prophecy except for that that's already been written and it's in Torah. Um, so we have to be really careful about that as well. Um, Again, CEO, Yah is the CEO. So then we fall under the umbrella. We are what He calls us to be. Um, Everybody has a calling, and everybody has something that Yah has called them to do in their life. There is no big task, there is no small task, because nothing works without all the components. Can't put together a car without the spark plugs. The engine's not going to run. So whatever your charge is in this walk, you are important, and you are necessary, and you are needed. Um, I've had so many thoughts just going through, and I tried to write them down so I'd have them sorted out when I delivered them today, in my encouragement, because this is all I'm doing is
trying to encourage someone else as Yah has encouraged me. Um, Second part is Yah rewards those who diligently seek Him. Hebrews 11:6. He rewards us that seek Him, um, not those that go their own way, not those that don't trust Him, but seek Him, seek His face in their next move. He is the only one that knows the components of your life because He does sit high and He looks low. He's at a position where He created you and He knows all of the things that He's put inside of you for you to manifest that which He has called you to be. We see ourselves one way and He sees us a totally different way. I I will share a little bit. I am very, 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 very critical of myself. So um, one thing that'll drive me nuts is someone else pointing out something not emotional, not characteristic, but physically about me. Like, oh, you have a bump, or oh, honey, I've seen it already. Oh, I've seen that too already. Oh, you look like you're gaining weight. Thank you very much. Um, I see me every day. Those things, we, I'm very critical of those things. So when Yah deals with my heart, I believe me, 9 times out of 10, I already know what's there's something I've already failed to obey. Jeremiah 17:8. Also want to talk on. I'll speak on that. I know I got all off track. I'll come back to my thought because I really went off on a whole nother tangent. Forgive me. 17:8 says that those that trust in Him will be like trees planted by the water, and the roots will grow deep. And that doesn't mean that you will not endure storms. It means that when the storm comes, you won't be uprooted. The purpose of the tree being planted by the water and the roots going deep are for you to become stronger. Without a storm, the roots don't sink deeper. The roots don't get a chance to burrow down into the dirt and spread out. So those storms of life that come, we have to embrace those. Um, excuse me. The other part that another thought that I had was you can't get well in the same environment you got sick in. Jeremiah 29:11 says, I know the thoughts I have towards you, and to bring you to a right end, or for your welfare, for your for the best, to get the best out of you. Um, I had a conversation not too long ago, and the person was like, well, you should just come back and let's try something all over again. And, the person that broke it should be the one that fixes it. The person that broke it should be the one that fixes it if they know the thoughts they have towards you. They're a good taskmaster. If they love you, if they're doing the breaking to make you into what they would have you to be. But so many of us, again, in our carnality, want to create people to be who we want them to be for our own purpose. And we don't have a rightful end because we don't even know our end. And so, Proverbs 27:6 says, faithful are the wounds of a friend, but the kisses of the enemy are deceitful. The enemy is deceitful because he has his own desires for you. Yah says, I call you friend. We are his friends when we walk in truth and when we walk and obey his law, statutes, and commandments. And so the wounds that he allows to come are faithful, and they will make us better. A lot of times it's us dying to self, presenting our bodies a living sacrifice, putting our living life on the altar, giving away our plans and our things that we wanted. A lot of times when we think about it, it's usually self-seeking, and him creating the heart, a new heart in us, and creating the heart that he would have us to have, that heart would be for his kingdom, for his people. My heart um, is and has always been, and just lately, he just keeps speaking more and more and more to me in this place of beauty from brokenness, healing. We have to heal as women. We have to stop staying in neutral or parked in our despair or in our trauma. And yes, time together is so important. Women being ahad and being one and having one mind, moving forward with one cause, one vision. Because again, we are nation builders. We are the ones. If we don't heal, nothing will heal. The generation after us won't heal. We will continue to produce um, dysfunctional, hurt little girls that grow up to be dysfunctional grown women in grown women's bodies, but little girls in grown women's bodies, because we still carry the hurt and the pain and the trauma and the disappointments from what didn't and what woulda, shoulda, and coulda, and we don't heal because we sit and we continue to chew and regurgitate and then eat it again, the same trauma, instead of healing, and we perpetuate a lot of those cycles as well. So like I said, the kisses of an enemy are deceitful. When we do that, we pat each other on the back when we cheer on, oh yeah, girl, because oh, this happened and this happened, but we keep talking about the problem and not the solution. But at this point in our healing and in our walk in Torah, and what does living in Torah look like? What does walking in Torah look like? What is being a older woman teaching the younger women? And older women is not chronological. I will state that, and I want to stress that um, very strongly. Chronological age and wisdom do not run hand in hand. Like I said, we still have grown women operating as little girls in their trauma. We have 65, 70-year-old women who are still 15. They're still stuck in their mind where they were hurt at because they have not let go and learn to heal. And it is cyclical. It is going through a process. It is presenting your body a living sacrifice, and laying on the altar of fire and letting Yah burn off the dross, burn off those things that he can't use anymore. Not saying it didn't happen, not taking away from your experience what happened, but let's create some beauty from that brokenness. Let's allow the potter to reassemble the clay, or to take the fragmented pieces and place them strategically where he made, where he would have them to be for healing. And we have to realize too something when we're dealing with each other. Um, Broken things are fragile. Sometimes it takes a person with a steady hand. Um, can't talk to broken glass. What do? You have to, somebody has to gather it together. Somebody has to put on some gloves or some wet tissue and pick up the big shards and then the little ones. You cannot handle broken things like you would handle a whole complete um, item. That you have to be delicate. So we have to think about that when we're dealing one with another, and not administer more hurt. So like I said, you can't get well in the same environment you got sick in. If you got sick around a certain group of people, you can't stay around that group of people, because they will continue to mirror the trauma or trigger the trauma. Um, we have to be in the same mindset and the same heart. Beware of those in our camps that whisper. Psalms 41:7. It says, all who hate me whisper, and together against me they devise against me in their hearts wickedness. Wicked whispering is diabolical. It comes from it's the word lakash in our Hebrew. In the Hebrew, it's lakash, lamet het shin, and you'll find it in your Hebrew Strong's 3907. And it basically means to whisper by implication, to mumble a spell or charm, like a magician to whisper. Because again, like I said, faithful are the wounds of the friend. Women can get together with one another and sit at a round table without an offense, because again, faithful are the wounds of a friend. If there is an issue, or if there are things that have hurt us or harmed, or we might have taken the wrong way, there should be a time for a discussion, to sit at a table and to lay those things out, and to charge some things to heads and not hearts, because we're all coming from different backgrounds, from different traumas, from different shalom, from different environments, and being nurtured different. And we need to get on one accord and have one understanding that we are all in this together. Now, everybody isn't all in this together, but those that you invite in your circle should all be in this together, sitting at the round table, working things out, because there's a bigger picture. Um, before Lit was launched, um, I had been in prayer and I just mentioned something to Holden. I said, you know what? While we're here working through things, learning to walk in Torah, battling everyday life and the things that we go through, and then um, trying to deliver truth to our women, I said, our children are being left by the wayside. They're just left to their own devices. And there's so many different influences out there. So, first and foremost, it's time for us to get it together, get right, to fall under the CEO of our life. Yeah, that's one thing that we should be on one accord about. That's why we're all on this walk. We've been called out of darkness into a truth, into a real marvelous light. And to fall under his guide, his direction, and be obedience and walk in truth and righteousness, and then model that before others. It's if I may correct me if I'm wrong. It's time to stop all the talking and to start doing, doing. We are gifted. There are so many women, and I know there's so many more that I haven't met, that I've encountered, that I meet, that have gifts, talents, and abilities, administration abilities. And you might think that that's nothing, but if Yah is giving you the gift of organization, honey, you have something. Because some of us are organized chaos. Sometimes I can say that myself. I can, I have a lot of thoughts, but like I told my friend, okay, you tell me what to do. You're the boss. I run my own business, but she's organized. And she's the one that can sit behind a computer for hours and put things together. I have a million thoughts and I need somebody to tell me, hey, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, one, A, B, C, two, A. We're going to work this on out. And so, gifts of administration, gifts of encouragement, gifts to sing psalms, or just the gifts that helps. Um, some people are very good with the children, and we all stand on the sideline waiting to be invited to participate with Yah. But if He's giving you the gift, the next step for us is to come voluntarily to the door and then present ourselves and see what we could be used at. Um, I just, again, I strongly, strongly want to suggest that we begin to not be just hearers of the word, but doers, open and available. Hallelujah, yes. And know that He knows the thoughts that He has towards us. It's scary surrendering to anything, and but to know, like I said in the beginning, where in certain seasons Yah has delayed answering prayers, but in those times He has hand fed you to let you know that you will eat. I will take care of you. Every day that you obey and you walk, I will meet you right where you are. I will send someone to meet you. You won't go hungry. You won't lose your mind. You won't get kicked out of your house. You might come under opposition, but we live in a fallen world. Sometimes our biggest opposition is self. I could talk myself out of tomorrow if I think about it long enough, because I can talk myself out of how it won't work, or um, delaying it. And delayed obedience is still disobedience. And then you delay and you procrastinate, and then Yah raises up another one to do the very thing that He told you to do, but you sat on it. It is time to start doing what we're called to do immediately, and then we will see those rewards of those who diligently seek. And they're always not monetary. The reward of seeing another sister or brother coming out of darkness, the reward of seeing your sister walking through things that you never thought that you would see people overcome, the reward of families coming into Torah because of just your life, not of what we're talking. We can talk all day, not being a whitewashed tomb, not decorating the outside, but your heart attracting others and drawing others to you. by serving, service, humility in serving. That's another thing. Being a humble servant. You can't. Nobody is a leader without first serving, and serving can get real. Ministry and serving can get really hard sometimes because you a lot of times we want to stay clean. You got to get dirty sometimes. You got to get down in the trenches, and you have to sit in the dark sometimes with some people and be that light because they can't see any way out. And sometimes you have to hear things that you didn't think you wanted to deal with today. I've been getting a lot of phone calls lately, and I'm really asking y'all for strength and um, how to engage with those who are suffering and hurting. Because I say, well, I'm sad too. And he says, but you know how to stay on the path. Some people don't know what to do when they're hurt. And I'm sending them to you because apparently they see something that I put there. I put the light there, and I've guided you out of your dark places so that you could help someone else. So let's remember that on this walk we won't all uh, wake up at the same time, but we are all walking to the same intended end, and that is to meeting the Father face to face. So um, let's just remember today we give our life away for good use. Yah is the CEO. He rewards those that diligently seek Him, and we can't get well in the same place we got sick at. With that being said,